Unity, love, abundance, prosperity, and all things divine. I hope all is well. Happy moon cycle. I hope everyone has been gaining a lot of insight, knowledge, and wisdom based on the things that's been going on in their day-to-day reality, and they just continue to heal, grow, and evolve into the best version of themselves. Now, the message I have today is stemming from a conversation that I had with my divine partner, and it was in regards to wounds that has been coming up from the past. And she asked me a very interesting question. Now, this is not her first time asking me this. However, each time we gain more knowledge and wisdom, and we share our insights with each other, and that's how we bond and grow in that aspect of our partnership. Now, the question that she asked is, she was like, how did I feel after I lost former partner? And for a second, I had paused, and I thought, thinking, I was just like, this is a time for me to gain more knowledge and wisdom. I took that time to be able to be very vulnerable and open and honest and communicate with her like the things that had went on during that time and how I had felt. So I told her that it devastated me, and the reason why is because it caught me off guard. Now, I'm going to share a little bit of the story. Now, this was back in March of 2021, and starting off, that whole entire full energy cycle, for people that don't know, I'm referring to weak. I just don't use that word. But that whole entire full energy cycle, like the energy was off. Now, during that time, my awareness wasn't as heightened as it is now. And the reason why, because, that was the phase of my life where I was starting to become a lot more aware of the things that was going on in my day-to-day reality. Also, at that point, I didn't start my healing journey until after that experience happened. So on that full energy cycle, when it started off, Thursday, and that day, I remember I was tired and I didn't really get much rest because at that time I was still working my 9 to 5 and I had got off at 1 a.m. So I was tired. I didn't really get much rest. And, my partner at the time, she had got me up because, we were planning to go to a wedding. And to make sure that we got the proper rest and stuff like that, we called in our close friends to ask if they can look after the kids for us. That way we can, be able to get some rest and whatnot, and we can fully recharge so that when we do take that road trip to go to, the wedding that we was planning to go to, that, we had the energy that we needed, we got the rest that we needed, and so far and so forth. So that day before she left, I had gave her a big hug. And this was a hug that I haven't felt for a while. And it was one of those hugs where, like, I really, really miss you. So I didn't think nothing of it at that time. It's not until after that experience happened, a little bit after that, where I kind of felt like, okay, I know exactly what that was because of what happened after that. Fast forward it. So she transitioned because of a car accident. And that really devastated me. So when my now partner, when she asked me that, I let her know, I was like, yes, I was devastated. And then I shared the story of, all the different things that I was feeling during that time. I even shared with her, like, when all of that stuff happened, like, I was sitting down because the doctors pulled me into a room by myself. And also I kept getting a phone call as I was on my way up there to the hospital from I can't remember her position or whatnot, but it was some individual that's like help out in situations like that, dealing with, traumatic experiences. So she kept on calling me. And I'm like, why she keep calling me and whatnot? So I'm like, okay, we almost there. I will figure out exactly what's going on. So, and the next thing you know, a whole host of doctors had came in. So when the doctors had came in, that's when they had pretty much broke the news to me. And I'm talking about, I was just so upset to the point where I took my glasses and I folded them in half. Literally with my hand, I folded it in half because that's how devastated I was. That's how upset I was. And from that moment, it was just like all of that stuff happened all of that time. It took an emotional toll on me. Like, it was a lot that I experienced to that whole full energy cycle. And to talk about that now shows how much strength that I've obtained after the fact, but also at the same time, it showed how much repressed emotions that was stemmed from that event that happened in my life. Now, another reason why I brought it up, because I know that there's other people out here in the world that go through some of the same experiences, and they don't know how to navigate these things properly. And the reason why is because sometimes you come in contact with different people in your life, and you want to talk to them about these things, but then for some reason it seems that they have somewhat of an understanding, but they don't have a full understanding, and they also don't. They kind of like treat you as if you're like really, really sensitive, and I get it, because they was in these moments, these people are being insensitive because they're trying to make sure that they don't trigger you in any kind of way, so they don't think to question it. But to be honest, like somebody like me, I would rather somebody ask those questions, because then I can share it and I can experience the healing that comes from that. So with my now partner, she asked me the tough questions, and the reason why is because we're getting to know each other on a deeper level, and I really value and I honor and appreciate that, because not many people ask me that question. And if they did, it didn't go as deep as it went, me and my partner. So I was just thankful and grateful that we had that conversation, and I experienced a lot of healing from that. And, I also gained some clarity as well. And I'm just, I'm honored to be honest, I'm honored to even had opened myself up to wanting to experience love again, because you would think something like that will shut you completely down, that you wouldn't want to experience love again, because look at the experience that happened. I had lost my previous divine partner, and she's no longer here. Of course, she lives through the memories, through my sons, and just different memories that I had, that I go down that path at times, and just memories. Like people know how it is when it comes down to when you lose a loved one that's really close to you. You hold on to the memory of them through the things that y'all did on a day-to-day basis. And I'm truly am honored to share my story with everybody, because I know other people are suffering in silence, that they don't talk about these things. And if they do, they go get a therapist. It's not something that get broadcast out into the public, just like how I'm doing right now. And the reason why is because there's something that will hold them back from sharing their story. And let me be the guiding light for everyone to be able to share that story, because it's important for you to get out how you feel and not repress those emotions, because you want people to be able to have an understanding of you, of where you come from and the different things that you've experienced, and just showing the strength and how you navigated through different things, because people like myself are healers. And you don't think to come across people like us, because in this reality that we live in, it's a whole lot of people. And sometimes everybody is not for us. So we're not safe enough, or we don't have that space created for us to be able to share these different things that we have stored within our memory. So being able to do that with my now partner, like I love that connection that her and I have, because we are open and honest with each other, and we have these moments where we create this space for each other to express these things that we feel, and we're not trauma bonded. We are connecting closer to each other to get to understand each other even more. So then we become each other's healers, and we then become healers for ourselves. And then we take what we learn and we gain from these experiences, and we help others that are going through the same thing in their day-to-day reality. So that's all I wanted to get up here and share with y'all. I'm just thankful and grateful that I'm sharing this video and giving y'all this knowledge and wisdom. And I want to start a dialogue with this, and this also goes into me stepping into this role of being a coach, because this is something I want to do and help people that may be going through the same thing I'm experiencing, or anything else. Because there's a lot of people that are letting these things hold them back, and there is a life that's waiting for them to be able to experience. But because of this trauma and these different experiences and stuff that they hold on to, that right there can keep them from stepping out there and making that choice to step into this different phase in their life. Like, other than that, I love y'all. I'm thankful and grateful for y'all. Have an amazing, beautiful, abundant, and prosperous rest of y'all moon cycle.